thanks for watching Living Local. Today we have our second Carolina Trust Financial Friday community panel. So I'm super excited. August, who do we have on today?
Yeah, so today we have friend of the credit union, Michael King, who is the owner and founder of King One Properties International. And we have Carolina Trust AVP Commercial Lending, David Welborn.
Well, nice. Welcome to both of you.
Thank you very much.
So, you know, we have lots of fun things to chat about. We've got Mother's Day coming up, lots of fun things happening in May. Summer is still coming. I have my countdown going. But we also have some business lending and businesses to talk about as well.
Yeah.
But we'll start with our Mother's Day stuff.
Yeah.
So I always have a hard time with finding personalized, thoughtful gifts for my mother. So Michael, I know you're super close to your mom, and of course everybody knows and loves your beautiful wife, Victoria. Do you have any tips for us, stuff that has gone over well?
You know, this day and time, everybody pretty much has about everything that they want. So getting something unique is very important. So, you know, finding out a little bit about their personal lives that you maybe didn't know before, and playing off of that. So that's
a good tip.
That is
idea.
A good one.
Do you have some things in the works for Victoria yet?
I do, yes.
I won't make you spoil it. I won't make you spoil it.
Thank you.
But what about some like past gifts that have been favorites?
You know, songs. As you know, Victoria's a singer, and she actually has written and not only given the songs to someone, but she's also sang it to them.
Oh,
so yeah,
that's
it's
sweet.
It's pretty cool.
All right, David, what about you?
Start early.
Start early.
Start
Good
early.
I like it. I like
Yeah.
it.
Best thing you can do is start early. Don't panic buy. Don't wait till the last minute. You know, get something that really is meaningful rather than just a traditional gift. I mean, something that really means something to her.
Do the women in your lives, do they basically tell you what they want? Do they make a list, or do you just go off your own?
You got to figure it out on
You
your
got to
own.
figure it out.
Do any women make a list? It's not as fun if you make the list.
No,
Right,
it's not.
But yeah, with David,
I don't know anybody.
I think that's a good tip for any gift. You know, Christmas, Mother's Day, birthday, start well in advance.
Exactly.
What I've started doing though is saying that I want like mom-related things for Mother's Day though,
Okay.
because you know you have your birthday, you have Christmas, you've got Valentine, you've got all these like holidays throughout the year where you get a little something, but I feel like I want mom-related,
Things.
like mom clothes or mom rings or jewelry or something that's mom-related on Mother's Day, so that it feels like Mother's Day.
Which I feel like that's super trendy now anyway. You know, you constantly see like the mama tops or like the necklaces, you know, with the little kids' birthstones on them. So I think Mother's Day is a great time to kind of give those types of gifts.
What about for your mom, August?
I feel like I always do, which, I mean, I don't know if she enjoys it or not, but I think I always do where like we're heading into summer, I do seasonal things. So we used to always, she plants flowers and like a little flower bed around her house. So we would go and buy her like all the flowers that she was going to plant, or
that's nice.
Stuff for like this summer, you know, like a new beach chairs and an umbrella, or
that does
like
make
pool
sense.
floats, stuff like that heading right into. But my mom's birthday is on May 3rd, so it's always kind of like
yeah.
But you can't mix them.
together.
You can't mix them.
No, you can't.
Separate.
So yeah, so I've already planned, done the birthday gift, and so now my gear is directly on Mother's Day.
Sure. Well, May also, host Memorial Day.
Yeah.
So that is a crazy, crazy weekend.
On top.
I mean, I don't know. What do you guys do? Do you stay in town or do you go vacation somewhere for Memorial?
Most of the time, we hang pretty close by the house.
I'm hanging close this year because I have another trip planned. But,
We do too.
But, you know, it varies. It varies.
Sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
I always get out of Dodge.
I was going to say, me too. I'm a late girl for Memorial and Labor Day because we live so close to the beach. I feel like everybody else kind of flocks here, and so I'm like, oops, see you later.
See you later. It gets crazy here, so I'm
Exactly.
like, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Right.
But we do like a yearly mountain trip, and we always do it for Memorial Day.
time of year.
So it's like we're heading out when people are coming in, and locals, a lot of them get that day off.
Right.
So it's like, you get that extra day, why not go do something, right?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
exactly. It gives you something to look forward to, too.
Yeah.
You have like a fun little trip planned.
Yeah. And Memorial Day obviously is a very important holiday.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of great community events happening for Memorial Day that are always great to remember what the holiday's about and go to those and do that as well.
Absolutely.
But it is also a nice time to kind of spend some extra time with family.
Yeah.
Well, stick with us right here on Living Local. When we come back, we're going to chat a little bit about Leadership Grand Strand and some of the community events that Michael's involved in. Welcome back to Living Local. So now we are kind of changing over to some community involvement. So David, I know that you're involved with Leadership Grand Strand.
Yes.
Now for those who don't really know what that is, can you give me a little kind of recap on what you do?
Leadership Grand Strand is put on in association with the Myrtle Beach Chamber of Commerce.
Okay.
It is a 10-month program where you are introduced to leaders within the community, as well as learn a little bit about yourself as well, personality profile, what works for you, what works, how you manage people, how other people manage yourself.
Oh, that's cool.
It's really interesting. You get the opportunity to, again, be engaged with city government. You find out how things work within the city, and you get the opportunity to learn more about yourself as well as
no, I like that. I like kind of the analyzing oneself.
It's good stuff.
You know, do you have to be nominated to be in that, or can you just volunteer?
You can sign up for it. It's
okay.
Normally they have a class of about 35 people.
Okay.
You have, again, it's about a 10-month program. It starts in roughly August, and you move forward from there. And you have 75 hours of community service that you have to complete throughout that 10-month period. You also have a community service project that you need to complete as well. This year we did a mural at the Gay Dolphin, which was pretty cool. Got some good stuff going on.
Historic staple.
Absolutely. we're very thankful for the Gay Dolphin and the folks there. They let us do a mural. It's a big mural. It's about,
so did you paint?
We did. They were all of us painted, not just me.
So how does this mural look?
It looks awesome. If you go to the LGS site, you can check it out, or it's on the Chamber of Commerce site.
Okay, so
Very
then
nice.
some artists probably helped out along the way.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely.
okay, I got you.
Paint by numbers.
Well, cool. And you know, you're about to graduate. We're talking about things going on in May.
Yes.
You're getting ready to graduate that program in
6th,
May.
yes.
May 6th.
Yes. Very excited.
Congratulations.
Thank
Early
you.
congratulations,
Yeah, I
I should
appreciate it.
say.
Which I think it's such a neat program. I know I'm really looking towards trying to do a little bit more community involvement and volunteering and things like that, you know, now that some things are back open to do so. And actually Dr. Jessica Green that we had on Living Local, she works very closely with Leadership Grand Strand.
She's our board of regents.
Yeah,
Yep.
I think the applications for that are due in June. So I'm definitely going to be on the lookout. Hopefully
get those in if you
learn
wanna go.
Find a neat way to kind of learn more about the community and become more involved for those that are looking to do both at the same time.
Yeah, and I know we've had some folks here at News 13 that have gone through that and really had a great time. So it's cool to find out about things like that in the community that you may not have known about.
Yeah.
Michael, I know that you are constantly involved in the community and kind of helping out a lot of nonprofits in the area. What have you got going on right now?
You know, what we're actually going to get started back going again is the Safe House for mothers and children that are experiencing domestic violence.
Oh, wow.
COVID kind of put us, we were in third gear and it kind of slowed us down.
That's true,
Hopefully the beginning of May, in the next couple of weeks, we'll be having another meeting with the mayor of North Myrtle Beach, who's very involved in it, Mayor Hatley. And we'll get that going hopefully real soon.
Yeah, is that to kind of build a house in North Myrtle?
It's not particularly in North Myrtle. We have found a property that's been donated that's centrally located in the county, which is what we were looking for.
Okay.
And we've got a tremendous amount of in-kind donations from architects to builders to everything. So they're very, very excited about getting it rolling again.
Yeah.
And now that we have the property identified, the counties and the municipalities of Horry County will be getting involved as well.
That's great.
Which is super nice, especially like you said, the central location. I mean, Horry County is so big, you know, mileage-wise, that you can kind of get those families out of those situations and into somewhere safe, you know, as quickly as possible.
A little trivia question. Horry County is the largest county east of the Mississippi.
Wow. Is it?
Yes, it
That
is.
wasn't a question.
Yes, it is.
You just told us the answer.
Yeah, right. Okay, the answer.
It's bigger than Rhode Island, actually.
Is it?
It is,
Wow.
yes.
It sure is.
That is amazing. So before that, you know, we were chatting a little bit before we started rolling, and you were saying that they had to go to Georgetown prior to that, right?
That's exactly right, and we usually take up about 90%
I'm sure.
constantly
Yeah.
of their beds. So we're looking to put possibly a 25, maybe even a 30-bed facility together for Horry County. So
Yeah, that's phenomenal.
we're very, very excited about that. Yes.
Well, and I think one of the unfortunate sides of kind of the COVID pandemic is kind of some of these people and children having to be home and in these situations, and now we have kind of a larger number of that to look at and try to fix.
You're 100% correct. It really has escalated over the past year, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is great that y'all are starting back up again so that we can kind of put, you know, something to kind of help those in need back into place and, you know, really get the ball rolling with that.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, stick with us, folks. We'll be right back on Living Local. Up next, we're going to talk about the boom in new businesses and some offers for business lending. Welcome back to Living Local. So it is the last Friday of the month, so we have our Carolina Trust Financial Friday community panel today. This is our second one. We've been having a blast. We have two special guests with Michael King and David Welborn with us today. So, now we're kind of transitioning into kind of talking about business, which you two are both experts at. So, are we seeing kind of a boom, a unique boom going on with new businesses right now?
You're seeing businesses being forced to do things differently.
Okay. Differently. So maybe not a boom, but people are having to try to figure out how to deal with the world,
definitely some
right?
kind of business shift.
Yeah.
They're having to rethink or rework the way they process themselves. They can't just do it the same way they've been doing it for 50 years.
That makes sense.
Which, I mean, I know at Carolina Trust, when the pandemic came, we had to learn how to adapt. And, fortunately, we had plans in place and were able to kind of put that in place quickly. But for a lot of smaller businesses that don't have all those working parts, finding a way to adapt and finding funds to adapt, was difficult. So
you got to continue to be creative.
Absolutely.
One thing that is happening and that we're all seeing is a lot of people from these larger cities in the Northeast are getting out of there. They're coming down here. They're bringing their knowledge and wealth down here and opening up businesses. It's kind of a catch-22.
Yeah.
All these new businesses that are coming in, they're having a hard time getting employees. I mean, there's not one business that I have been in over the past 6 months that has not said, we need employees.
Well, it's kind of taught people to be flexible and kind of having to adapt to going more virtual and more digital with a lot of things as well.
That's exactly right.
That's what we've seen. I'm sorry.
No, you go ahead.
I said most of what we've seen is, forcing people to work remotely. You've had to work remotely. I've had to work remotely. And that wasn't something we did on a regular basis before this.
Right.
So that's the challenge that a lot of businesses have run into is, again, doing something different. And part of the challenge that they also have is distinguishing themselves from the next guy down the road.
Yeah.
I mean, there are 5 businesses that do exactly the same thing. What's different? What's your niche? We look at like Grubhub and those kinds of things.
That's true.
Who use those beforehand?
Right.
Now it's an everyday occurrence.
It's a way of life.
It's a way of life. Exactly.
It is.
Right.
Exactly.
People's gotten very creative after being locked up for a year.
But that's what's necessary. I mean,
Absolutely.
truly it is. And those will be the people that'll succeed.
100%.
They do something different.
And I know some people, they've adapted to those virtual kind of features included with their business. And so even though they have opened back up, they're still keeping a lot of those digital features.
A lot of these restaurants that you walk into, they don't have menus anymore.
Yeah.
You scan it. Little
QR
QR
codes.
Yeah. QR codes.
Exactly
right.
Wow.
And I know there's been such a huge boom with, the real estate market with people moving. Is the same thing kind of happen in, the commercial real estate market as far as, property boom goes and people looking to buy in person, or is that virtual kind of causing people to pull back from?
On the residential side, a lot of people, believe it or not, are buying sight unseen. And then, of course, what happens is in the residential here lately is they're getting bidding wars.
Yeah.
So with that being said, some of these proproperties are selling for more than they actually are listed for.
Yeah,
that's one great thing about being in our area. The
Yeah.
weather and the resort area,
It's an
it
easy
helps.
sell.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
So commercial, is that kind of, you're seeing the same trend, or?
Not quite as strong, but the commercial industry has been pretty steady all along. So
it has. We haven't seen a huge uptick or down. It's been very steady. It's been positive. You're seeing businesses that can operate remotely, where they don't have to have that storefront, so they don't need to buy that building.
Right.
So there are challenges in there. It's up and down, but for the most part, it's been very positive.
Yeah.
it has, and for the rates that you guys have, it's amazing. I mean, it really is. So
it's
free money out there.
They're what mortgages were previously.
Absolutely.
A commercial loan, which is typically a couple points higher, is now what a mortgage was, 5 years ago.
What are some tips that you have for people if they are kind of struggling and they need some assistance?
Ask whoever your bank is, whoever your lender is that you're dealing with, ask them for help.
Okay.
Go to them first. Don't wait until you get to the end where you can't pay any bills.
You can't do it anymore.
If you ask for help up front, absolutely, we will try to find a way to make it work for you, rather than you get to the end of your rope and there's no place left to go.
Sure, love it. Well, thank you both for joining us today. It's been great kind of picking your brain a little bit with all these topics. So thanks so much, Michael and David, for joining us.
Certainly a pleasure. Thank
and
you
of
very
course,
much.
August as well, who's always here with us.
Yes.
Well, thank you guys so much for watching Living Local today. We'll see you next time.